The Heir's Revelation. Read, imagine, learn English through stories. Listen to the first part of this story, The Midnight Puzzle. Link given below. Listen, read and practice. In the following days, Samantha delved deeper into Edward Blackwell's past, tracing connections to distant relatives and old associates. Her search led her to a remote town called Willowshade, where whispers of an orphan child, possibly Edward's heir, had once circulated. The townsfolk were tight-lipped, but a faded photograph in an antique shop caught her attention. It was a young girl wearing the same locket Samantha had found in the cellar. The shopkeeper, a frail old man with clouded eyes, recognized the locket immediately. "That belonged to Eleanor," he murmured. "She lived at the old Miller farm, but she vanished years ago. Some say the Blackwell curse got her." Armed with this new lead, Samantha visited the abandoned Miller farm. The house, overgrown with ivy and crumbling at the edges, seemed like another piece of the puzzle. Inside, she found a dusty diary tucked beneath loose floorboards. Its pages were filled with Eleanor's thoughts, a lonely girl yearning for answers about her lineage. One entry stood out: "I saw him again today. The man with the Ouroboros ring. He watches from the trees but never comes closer. He knows who I am." As Samantha read, the room grew colder. The sound of faint footsteps echoed upstairs. Drawing her flashlight and a small blade, she ascended the creaking stairs. In the attic, she found a figure huddled in the corner, a woman, pale and trembling. "Eleanor?" Samantha asked gently. The woman's eyes darted toward her. "They'll come for you, too," she whispered. "The Ouroboros never stops." Before Samantha could respond, the attic window shattered. Shadows poured in, coalescing into a humanoid form. It was the Ouroboros entity, its eyes burning with malevolence. Samantha shielded Eleanor and brandished the locket. To her surprise, the entity recoiled. "Your family's legacy," Samantha declared, piecing it together. "The locket holds power over you." With a surge of determination, she placed the locket around Eleanor's neck. The entity howled and disintegrated into smoke, leaving the attic eerily silent. A new beginning. In the aftermath, Eleanor revealed fragments of her story. She had been hunted by the Ouroboros entity, a manifestation of Edward's guilt and the family's dark history. With the locket in her possession, its power was neutralized. Samantha helped Eleanor reclaim her identity and the rightful inheritance Edward had intended for her. Together, they began restoring Ashcroft Manor, turning it into a sanctuary for those seeking refuge from their pasts. But even as Samantha moved on to her next case, she couldn't shake the feeling that the Ouroboros' cycle wasn't truly broken. The faint glow on her wrist remained, a reminder that some puzzles never end. The Ouroboros unveiled. Samantha Harper had uncovered more than she bargained for at Ashcroft Manor. The journal, the locket, and Eleanor's fragmented memories were pieces of a centuries-old puzzle that defied logic and reason. Samantha knew the answers she sought lay deep within the manor's twisted history. With Eleanor by her side, she decided to confront the mystery head-on. Eleanor, hesitant yet resolute, led Samantha to a forgotten wing of the manor, a place she had dreamt of but never dared to explore. The air grew colder as they ventured deeper. At last, they stood before a massive, iron-bound door marked with the Ouroboros symbol. "It's been here all along," Eleanor whispered, her voice trembling. "The heart of it." Samantha examined the door and found a small, circular indentation. Without hesitation, she placed the locket into the groove. The door groaned as ancient mechanisms shifted, and it creaked open to reveal a spiral staircase descending into darkness. The Chamber of Secrets. The staircase led to a cavernous chamber illuminated by a faint, otherworldly glow. At the center stood a stone pedestal holding an intricately carved box. Surrounding it were symbols etched into the floor, a serpent, a tree, and a broken chain. "This is it," Samantha said, her voice steady despite the mounting tension. Eleanor hesitated. What if opening it brings something worse? "We need to know the truth," Samantha replied. "Whatever this is, it's tied to your family's past and your future." With Eleanor's nod, Samantha opened the box. Inside was an ancient manuscript and a gleaming ring bearing the Ouroboros symbol. The manuscript's text was in Latin, but Samantha could decipher enough to understand its purpose. It detailed a ritual meant to bind the Ouroboros entity, a being of eternal recurrence and torment, to the Blackwell bloodline. The ring was both a key and a curse, granting immense power but demanding a terrible price. The price of legacy. Edward tried to break the cycle, Samantha deduced. That's why he summoned me. He couldn't do it alone. As they pieced together the manuscript's instructions, the chamber began to tremble. Shadows coalesced, forming the Ouroboros entity once more. Its presence was overwhelming, its eyes burning with an intensity that pierced through Samantha's resolve. "You cannot end what has always been," the entity hissed. "The cycle is eternal." "Not if we finish what Edward started," Samantha shot back. She handed the ring to Eleanor. "This is your choice. The power is yours, but so is the responsibility. If we destroy the ring, the Ouroboros' hold might break forever." Eleanor hesitated, the weight of generations bearing down on her. Then, with a determined look, she placed the ring on her finger. The entity screamed, writhing as its form destabilized. "The chain must be broken," Eleanor said, reciting the manuscript's final words. She grasped the locket and held it against the ring. Light erupted from the two objects, engulfing the chamber. The Ouroboros entity howled one last time before disintegrating into ash. A new dawn. When the light faded, the chamber was silent. The ring and locket lay shattered on the pedestal, their power extinguished. Eleanor collapsed to her knees, tears streaming down her face. "It's over," she whispered. Samantha helped her to her feet. "You ended it. Your family's legacy is no longer a curse." As they ascended the staircase, the manor felt different, lighter, as though a dark cloud had lifted. The Ouroboros symbol, once etched into Samantha's wrist, had vanished. Outside, the first rays of dawn illuminated the estate, signaling a new beginning. Eleanor decided to rebuild Ashcroft Manor as a place of hope and healing, leaving behind its haunted past. Samantha, ever the investigator, knew her work wasn't done. The experience had left her with questions about the nature of power and legacy, questions she would continue to explore in her next case. But for now, the Ouroboros had been defeated. The cycle was broken, and for the first time in centuries, the Blackwell family was free. Like, share, comment and subscribe our channel for more interesting stories, facts, quizzes.